Kris Jenner married Caitlyn Jenner just 30 days after her divorce. No pause, no slow burn, straight to I do. For 23 years, they built a brand that would dominate reality TV. Then 2013, separation. 2015, Caitlyn's public transition changed everything. Suddenly, it wasn't just a breakup, it was branding. It was narrative control. It was who commands the headlines now. Two powerful women, one empire, and a divorce that turned into a long-term power play. In Hollywood, love stories end, but influence, that's what really competes.
Around, you got to show ID. So somebody in my position who has transitioned, I worked very, very hard to make sure everything was changed. I love President Trump, and I think he signed this executive order. I don't know who underneath him was putting this thing together, that all federal documents, it has to be your biological sex at birth. Recently, I had my passport. I had to get it renewed. Comes back gender marker M. Because it's not just about me, it's about all people in this situation. What do I do? Right. This is a safety factor. Okay. I have not talked to the president. I was in Mar-a-Lago. Unfortunately, he wasn't there that weekend. Okay, so I get that, and I'm not blaming him whatsoever. I love the guy. I really appreciate the guy and what he's doing. And thank God, at least we got somebody in there that's trying to save our country and the world, you know?
Hey, Worsty. You appealing to your buddy, the president, because his policies are now directly impacting you is unfortunately incredibly on brand, because wasn't it you last week that called yourself a hypocrite for accepting Woman of the Year to only a decade later be fighting against trans women being allowed in sports? And listen, I agree with you. You are a hypocrite. And not because you accepted that Woman of the Year award, but because you're fighting against people being able to do what you were never able to do yourself, and you're just bitter. If you had transitioned earlier in life, if you were younger now and trying to compete in sports, you would not be against trans women being in sports. But if you do think you're a hypocrite for accepting Woman of the Year, why do you also think that you deserve an affirming gender marker on your passport? See, the funny thing about transphobia is it never makes sense. It never adds up to a coherent thought. If there's anything that you've actually done for women, trans women, and cis women, it's proved that money can do a lot, but it can't necessarily help you avoid gender-based violence.